everyone, I'm Catherine with Free Tours by Foot. Today I'm going to be visiting one of the most iconic buildings in New York City, the Empire State Building. Now if you're visiting New York, you probably have an observation deck on your list of things you'd like to do while you're here, but there are a lot of options for different observation decks all over the city. So today I'm going to be talking about visiting probably the most famous of all of them, the Empire State Building. We'll go through some of the ins and outs of visiting and you can decide if this is the right choice for you. Before we dive in to what you can expect on your visit, let's first cover exactly where the Empire State Building is. So the entrance to the observation deck is at 34th Street between 5th and 6th Avenues. So the good news for you if you are visiting is that means that you have a lot of different options for how to get there. Now the closest subways are going to be the ones at Herald Square. And that gives you the option of the B, D, F, M, N, R, and Q trains. So lots of choices right there, but very, very nearby also the 1, 2, and 3 trains at 34th and 7th Avenue. But also quite nearby as well, you have the ACE trains at 34th and 8th. You also have the 6 train at 33rd and Park Avenue. So lots of choices. That's a good thing about being right in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. So there's a lot of different ways to get here. In addition to having lots of options for how to get here, you have a lot of options for what kind of ticket you can get for the Empire State Building. There is not just one kind of ticket. The most popular option is a general admission ticket. So a general admission ticket gets you access to the 86th floor deck. That's the main deck of the Empire State Building. But you can also get a ticket that gets you access not only to the 86th floor, but also to the 102nd floor, and that's the top deck. There is also the option of getting what's called an express pass. An express pass ticket, you pay an extra fee and that enables you to skip the line. Not for the ticketing, most people get their tickets in advance, but actually for the elevator line, which can be quite long. So that can end up saving you quite a bit of time. There's also a ticket that's an AM and PM ticket. Some people just can't make the decision whether or not they want to go and see the view in the daylight or they want to see the lights of New York from up above. So if that's you, you don't have to make that decision. You can actually get this AM PM ticket and that gets you 2 entries, one during the day and one at night. So there are multiple ticketing options for you. The one that's best for you is going to depend on what you want out of your experience and also of course what your budget allows for. In normal times, the Empire State Building is open every single day of the year from 8 a.m. until 2 a.m. So by far the most extensive hours of any observation deck in New York City. And that can be really, really helpful if you're really trying to jam a lot into your day. Having that really wide window to visit the Empire State Building can be great. The last elevator for that 2 a.m. closing time goes up at 1:15.
We have a blog post that lists the various discounts available for tickets. In addition to child and senior discounts, there are usually discounts for members of the US military, educators, students, as well as first responders. There are also coupon codes and coupon sites like Groupon or Living Social that occasionally offer discounted tickets. We have a special code on our page that will get you at least 10% off these prices. However, the most used discounts are from one of the several tourist discount passes available in New York City. You might have heard of the New York Pass, City Pass, or the Sightseeing Pass. These passes bundle together tickets for attractions, bus tours, boat cruises, and other popular tourist destinations into one bulk but discounted price. We have a blog post and a video that explains these passes in more detail, but most of them include entry to the 86th floor of the Empire State Building at no extra cost. One of them, the City Pass, offers you 2 entries, one in the morning and one in the evening. So be sure to follow up on these options before making your ticket purchases.
Now let's jump into a little bit of what you can expect. Normally, the lines can be quite long here, and that's not the lines to get tickets. Like I said earlier, most people will book those in advance. It's the lines for the elevators. So there is, of course, an option available to you if you don't want to wait in a long elevator line, and that is to purchase the Express Pass that allows you to skip that elevator line. It is an added expense, but I can also definitely tell you that everybody I have ever talked to that has gotten that option has said they thought it was money very well spent. In peak season or at peak times at the Empire State Building, there are people that wait 45 minutes for the elevator, or even an hour. So if you're somebody that is on a tight timeline and you don't have a lot of time, you really want to, cram as many things in as possible, then paying the extra money for that express pass might really be a good option for you. But the good news is, if that's not something you want to do, or that's not something that works in your budget, you don't have to. If you are not traveling at a peak time of year for tourism, the lines might not be very long. Or even if you are, just opt to go when it's not a peak time to visit the Empire State Building. Best option is always going to be right when they open in the morning or after sunset. That's when it tends to just be a little bit less crowded. But if you do find yourself waiting in a line, have no fear, you will not be bored. There are audio guides available. They're included with your ticket, and I highly recommend getting one. They're available in several languages, and the history of this building is absolutely amazing. And finding out a little bit more about it while you're waiting, I think will really make your visit so much better. The other thing to know is there's actually quite a few exhibits leading towards the elevators, and they are fantastic. They are really well done, they're informative, they're interactive, and so I really do recommend taking a little time to enjoy those exhibits, because again, it will help you understand the history of this place a little bit better, and I think you'll enjoy your visit even more. All right, now for the big question. 86th floor or 102nd floor? The answer is both. They're both fantastic, but the add-on ticket to go all the way up to the 102nd floor is quite a bit more money. And so here's what I can tell you, if that is not an amount you are comfortable spending, most people truly believe, even though it sounds like a really dramatic difference, 86th floor versus 102nd floor, the view is amazing from the 86th floor. You will not feel cheated or shortchanged if you go to the 86th and not to the 102nd floor. It is an amazing, amazing view. The other thing to know about the difference between the two, not only obviously different floors, the 86th floor is open air, it's outdoors, and the 102nd floor is enclosed. You're not outdoors, you're looking through windows. So that's something to bear in mind when you're factoring in the difference between the two. Obviously taking photos through glass is going to be a little bit different than photos in open air, but on the flip side, if you are visiting in the winter time, all of a sudden that enclosed option on the 102nd floor might seem like a really, really good one. If it's very, very chilly out or there's high winds that day, you might want the option of being able to be inside.
It should be noted that all 4 of the other observation decks include indoor viewing points with their base tickets. So one of these competing observation decks might be a better pick for you in the winter or on days with bad weather.
The other question we get is, why pick this one? Of all of the observation decks in New York City, all of the options you have, why the Empire State Building? And the answer is very simple. It's the Empire State Building. This is one of the most iconic buildings in New York City. It's one of the most recognizable buildings in the world. It stood as the tallest building in the world for over 40 years. And even though it is not anymore, millions of people from all over the world still flock to this building every single year. And there are many, many people that say, yes, there are lots of other options for views and for observation decks, but the Empire State Building just cannot be beat. It is an icon, and it's an icon for a reason. Another reason to possibly choose this one is if you are a film buff. If you are, then you know there are lots of films set at the Empire State Building. In fact, lots of films that are set on the observation deck of the Empire State Building. And so if you want to check some of those famous movie sites off of your list while you're here, absolutely take the time, go to the Empire State Building, walk in the shoes of your favorite movie stars and in the path of your favorite films, and you will really have a wonderful time. There's actually a part of the exhibits leading to the elevators that is specifically about all of the different films that have been set here, and it is well worth taking a little time to look at.
Something that is quite unique to the Empire State Building is its central Manhattan location, giving you a view north of the Midtown skyscrapers as well as south towards the skyscrapers of Lower Manhattan. Regardless of the direction you are gazing, you get 360 degrees of almost completely unobstructed views. It can certainly be argued that the Empire State Building still offers the best overall views of New York City.
So hopefully this has helped clear up some of the ins and outs of the different ticketing options, what you can expect when visiting the Empire State Building, and most importantly, has convinced you to go check out the Empire State Building. This is an amazing place. It has incredible history and it is a beautiful view. You will not be disappointed if you decide to make this a part of your trip, I can guarantee that. But you do have a lot of options for observation decks, and it is good to look at all of the options available to you and decide what one might work best for you. So on that note, make sure you keep an eye out. We will be doing videos on all of the different observation deck options, so keep an eye out for those as they come out so that you can really factor that in when you're planning your trip. If you haven't already, it's a good time to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you get notifications every time we release new content. We have a lot more trip planning videos coming your way, as well as more virtual walking tours, and not just here in New York City. We have cities all over the world. Check out our videos on London, check out New Orleans. There's lots of places to see, and we're very, very excited to see you when you come to visit New York City.